everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to do an overview of all the luxury items that I've purchased in 2020 and let you guys know what were my best luxury purchases of the year as well as what were my worst luxury purchases. And before we get started, I do want to note that these worst luxury purchases were not entirely bad purchases that I completely regret buying. It's just that for whatever reason, it didn't fit into my wardrobe as well as I would have liked it to, or specifically in this year, as you can imagine, with all that's been going on, I didn't get enough use out of it as I would have liked to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame this video as kind of like a ranking video. So I have 8 total luxury items that I bought this year, and I'm going to rank them from 1st place to 8th place. So 8th place will kind of be like the worst purchase. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So coming in 8th place is actually the first luxury item that I purchased this entire year, if you don't include the Stradbary bag that I've already sold in a recent vlog sale, because I'm not including any items that I've already sold in this video. So this item is the 30 Montane belt from Dior, and I had purchased this in February thinking that I would get so much use out of it in the upcoming months. But what happened was when I had purchased this, I had purchased it in a size too big, thinking that it was the smallest size they had, and then I found out later that they did make a smaller size. So because everything kind of just blew up, I didn't have the chance to send this into Dior for them to punch extra holes in it. And then it kind of just sat in my closet throughout the warmer months, because if I'm wearing this in the spring or summer with lighter layers, it really doesn't fit around my waist that well. It's too loose, and this is the type of belt that I would really only wear on my waist. It wouldn't be a belt that I would loop through my jeans or that type of thing. So I didn't really get much wear out of it because it didn't fit. And even now, I don't quite feel super comfortable handing this off to them to get the holes punched in it. I want to wait till the world is kind of like a little bit more settled before I do that. But hopefully things change in 2021, because this item, I do think it should fit into my wardrobe really well, but it's just that as it is right now, it doesn't really fit my body, so that's why it's not getting any use. And in 7th place is the Kirigami pouches I have from Louis Vuitton. So this is a little bit of a weird ranking because I ranked it in 7th because I'm ranking the set of pouches as a whole instead of each individual pouch separately. And this item comes with the smallest pouch as well as the medium sized one and then this largest one. And if I were to rank them all separately, these two would be higher up on the list, and this biggest one would probably be last because I haven't used this a single time this entire year because I just don't quite have the need for a clutch. But what I realized throughout this year is with my Neverfull, there is that small pouch that comes with it that I have used a lot this year as kind of like a wristlet. And what I realized was I could buy a bag organizer for this largest Kirigami pouch and kind of attach a strap for my wrist and turn this into a wristlet. And I think I would prefer this over the pouch from my Neverfull because that one is really flat, and whenever you put anything that is even somewhat three-dimensional in there, it just bulges out weirdly, and I don't like that. And it didn't occur to me to buy an insert for this Kirigami earlier because I always thought that if I were to buy an insert for this, I would attach a chain to wear this either over my shoulder or crossbody, and I never really intended on using it like that. So it never really occurred to me to buy the insert for this bag, but now I realize that that's not the only way I could use the insert to make this bag more functional. And yeah, hopefully once I do that, I will get use out of this because this is the biggest item in the set, and this would probably, I guess, if you itemize the cost of the 3 pouches, this would cost the most. So if I'm not using the largest one, the whole set really can't rank that high on this list. And next we have my Dior Book Tote in the Toile de Jouy pattern. And honestly, I absolutely love this bag. I adore this Toile de Jouy pattern on this, but I'm not going to lie, this is a lot of money for a canvas bag. It's a lot of money for a bag that is pretty seasonal in my opinion. I don't think I've worn this at all after summer ended. And especially this year when I've really been using smaller bags in general, I just don't really reach for such a big bag for functionality purposes. I use this because I love the look of it and I didn't really carry too much in there. So honestly, because of that, it's not great value for money, but I still love this bag because sometimes I think that even if it's not the best value and it probably doesn't make the most sense to buy it, if I love the bag, I think it's still worth it to have it in my collection. So this is in 6th place, but it's not that it's a bad purchase. It's just that it's not the best when I think about what I actually end up using a lot. This next item is a bag that I have used a good amount of times, especially considering that I haven't owned it for that much of the year, and it's the newest bag to my collection this year. But it's in 5th place because I haven't used it as much this year as I probably would have in any other year, and it is the number 8 mini bag from Polen. So in a typical year, I do like to wear my bags by the top handle, either hand carrying it or having it on the crook of my arm. But this year specifically, I have been gravitating more towards using the crossbody strap and either having it over one shoulder or wearing it crossbody. And for this bag, even though it is very functional and practical and it is so lightweight, this bag I don't think looks great on me when I have it either over my shoulder or especially crossbody, because since it has this kind of circular shape to it, it just sticks out weirdly. And it's kind of more of a psychological thing, because when am I ever looking at myself in the mirror when I'm out and about carrying this bag? But just psychologically, I don't like how it looks on me, so it kind of leads me to pick another bag over this, when in another year I would have just picked this bag because it went best with my outfit. So because of that, it's in 5th place. But honestly, for the price and the quality of this bag, I think it is a great bag. I don't think 5th place is that bad. So while the Dior 31 Tan Belt was ranked in last place, even though it was my first luxury purchase of the year, this next item is also a belt, except it's ranked so much higher on this list, even though it is my most recent luxury purchase, and it is the Celine Triumph Horsebit belt, which I think is so absolutely stunning. And this belt is great because it really makes any outfit that you're wearing look so much more high-end, and it is so versatile because you can wear this with a pair of jeans for a very casual look, and I've also been wearing it with skirts and dresses also. So even though this belt is quite expensive, I think that I am definitely getting my money's worth out of this. The only thing I have to say, if I'm being nitpicky, is this belt is also a little bit loose on me. It's not quite as loose as the 31 Tan Belt is, even though they're both the same size. And I'm a little bit more okay with this belt as it is, because I think this is the smallest size that is available in this belt, as far as I know. And also, I don't think it is possible to add any extra holes to it, just because the way that this belt is designed doesn't really allow you to really add any more adjustments to it. So I'm a little bit more okay with the fact that this is a little bit loose on me. I just make it work, and because this belt is so pretty, I can kind of overlook that. So in 3rd place is something that in my opinion is pretty unexpected, and it is this Mythos scarf from Dior. So honestly, when I bought this, I mainly purchased it because I just wanted something in this print and pattern. I knew that I could tie it around the handle of my Celine Pico belt bag, which, side note, I haven't mentioned that in this video yet, so that means it's either 1st or 2nd. So I knew that I could use this with that bag. Aside from that, I know that there are ways for me to incorporate it into my wardrobe, but those are the same ways that I would incorporate a Twilly from Hermes, for example, into my wardrobe. And I do own a Twilly, which I hardly ever use, so I wasn't sure that I would use this any more than the Twilly. But like I said, I was happy to just buy it for the pattern, since even though it is $230, which is not super affordable, it's not super outrageous in price either. So I was happy to just buy this for the pattern, but I think that because the scarf is a little bit wider and more importantly, it is significantly longer than the twilly is, it makes it more versatile. So one of the ways that I've been using this a lot is to tie it around my hair. So earlier in this video, before I took it off to film this portion, I actually had it tied in my hair. And the thing about this year is I haven't been wearing that much jewelry, especially rings and bracelets. I haven't really been wearing them just because I don't want to get them gunked up with hand sanitizer and that type of thing. So I've been wearing earrings and hair accessories quite frequently just to spice up my outfit a little bit. So because this looks really nice in my hair, surprisingly, I have worn it a lot. And I think that's probably going to continue in future years just because I'm getting used to the idea of having hair accessories. So yeah, this was a pleasant surprise. Now in the two top spots are my go-to bags this year, and in second place is my Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy. And honestly, if I hadn't purchased my Celine Pickle Belt bag after this one, this bag would have won first place by a mile. But since I have both of these bags, they kind of split my love a little bit. So the ranking is pretty close, except I had to put the belt bag in first place because that bag is a little bit more in line with my personal style. And honestly, if it wasn't for everything that happened this year, I might have never purchased this Nano Speedy because it is a little bit more casual. And this is a bag that I mainly wear crossbody. And as I mentioned earlier, I typically like to use top handle bags. But I am so glad that I purchased this because I love how carefree this bag is. I love how easy it is to just put on and quickly head out the door. So even after this year, I do think this has a very unique and important part in my collection. So of course, saving the best for last, in first place is my Celine Pickle Belt bag. Now, if you watch a lot of my videos, let me know if this was a surprise to you guys or if you totally saw this coming, because I feel like I mentioned this bag in a lot of my videos, which of course I do because I love this bag. And initially I had wanted to purchase this bag in the nano size because that was the smallest one that Celine had in their lineup. But I'm so glad that they released this bag in the smaller pickle size, and I basically bought this a week after I heard that it was released. I just really was so excited to get this. I was always a little bit hesitant to get the nano size just because I thought it was a little bit too big, but this is really the perfect size, and I absolutely bought this at the right time because I've used it so much this year and I've gotten so many compliments on this bag from people, and that wasn't something that I was expecting because this bag is so understated. There's not that much hardware on it or anything. It's not something that is from, you know, one of the bigger brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, or Hermes or anything like that. Celine is a little bit more under the radar, so I was very surprised that I've been getting so many compliments on this. And even if it wasn't for the compliments, I would still absolutely love this bag and definitely highly recommend it, and it was such a great purchase. So those are my best and worst purchases of 2020 ranked, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up, and I would love to know what's your best or maybe even what's your worst purchase of 2020 and what's your favorite or most used item of the year also, and is it different than what you expected, like how I purchased the Nano Speedy and used it an absolute ton when if you had asked me this in 2019, I would have never expected that to be the case. So yeah, do let me know your thoughts, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing for new videos every single Thursday, and I'll leave 2 videos up on the screen for you to watch next. So I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.